As fall ends and winter begins, there are several things we all need to check with the electrical systems in our homes. And here with a great checklist we all need to keep in mind is Michael Burdette, a service technician with Mr. Electric. Good morning, Michael. How you doing, buddy?
Very well, sir. How are you?
I am doing well. There are a lot of things that we need to take into consideration as the cold weather comes on, isn't there?
Absolutely. The main thing that I think we should take a look at is our electrical panels. Okay. It is it's our home's brain for the electricity. So it's where it comes in and then gets dispersed everywhere. The thing that we need to be concerned about is home panel checkups. So one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that maintenance isn't normally done on these things, and it should be. If your home is over 15 years old, if it's 2005 or before, and you haven't had any inspections done, it's important to get that taken care of. Okay. So electrical systems fail in one of two ways, and generally that is either overheating, which could end up causing a fire, or just complete failure. And we all know from experience that if a failure or a fire happens, it's going to be at the worst time possible.
Really, in wintertime when we're counting on lights and heat and all that stuff. But let's break it down in a checklist. And the first thing we want to talk about are the lights.
Yes. So the lights are important because wattage, every fixture that you have is going to be rated for a certain wattage. And if you overload that wattage, again, we talk about either failure or overheating.
And you were mentioned there, you know, with electrical systems, there's sometimes a possibility of a fire.
Yes, sir.
And there's carbon monoxide issues. We need to make sure that we have those detectors and they're all working correctly in our home.
Absolutely. Not only are they required by state law to have them in the home, but they're also just very smart to have. Especially we're coming into winter, people are staying inside more. You know, we're cooking more. We're putting a lot more strain on our electrical system, you know, and the heat and stuff like that. So if we don't have those in our home, we're really putting ourselves at risk.
And we also, you know, if you're outside of your home, a lot of us have electrical outlets out there. We need to make sure those are covered and everything that needs to happen and make sure they're still in working order before winter hits.
Absolutely. So whenever we're looking at our outdoor outlets, we're going to be plugging Christmas lights into them. And a lot of those are actually controlled inside of our garage as well. So if one of those on the outside goes out, maybe it could cause power to go out in your garage, and your garage door opener is not working. It just can cause a number of problems.
And of course, you know, during the winter we don't have massive snowstorms around here, but we have in the past, and power has gone out, and a lot of people have invested in backup generators for their home. You need to make sure that those are serviced and in good working order.
Absolutely. Keeping up your maintenance on your backup generators is very important, especially during the winter season, because if you have a power failure and it's winter time, you don't have the heat, you know, you don't have the option to kind of just go hang out outside like you might in the spring or the summertime.
And one of the things that I think a lot of people don't consider is, you know, they're starting to put up holiday decorations right now, both indoors and outdoors, and using extension cords. You got to be careful and use them correct way.
Exactly. One thing that we see is that people kind of tend to use extension cords as a permanent means of a power source when they're not rated for that. They're not tested at that extent. So one service that we offer is adding receptacles or outlets anywhere that you'd like, you know, as long as it's reasonable.
All right. So you would encourage folks to just have like an overall checkup done on your home, in your home's electrical system, and start with that panel.
Absolutely. So we do offer a comprehensive whole home electrical inspection where we go everywhere from the attic all the way down to the crawl space and every point in between, especially going through with a fine-tooth comb on that panel. We have RFID technology that we use to check for overheating and things like that. What we want to do is take a proactive approach to prevent future failures.
All right. Michael Burdette, thank you so much. Great information that we can all use.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by